What's going on, everybody? So, I'm alone today. Perry and Eric couldn't make it to this one, but I don't blame them because it's a film that we didn't anticipate to go see at all. Um, I went to go see Ford versus Ferrari, and honestly, the only reason why I went to go see it is because it's getting highly praised by critics and casual moviegoers alike. Right now, I think it has like an 88 on the Metascore or something close to that. And pretty much everybody that I've talked to says that they really enjoy this movie a lot. So, and the fact that I know that this is going to get a bunch of Oscar buzz, it's going to get nominated for probably a bunch of awards. I wanted to at least watch it and be able to have my own grounded thoughts on it and my own grounded opinion on it. I didn't pay out of pocket for this, though. I had an AMC pass. I decided to blow it on this, so it's not the only one I have, though. I have two more, so it's just one of the films like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll waste it on this one movie. But yeah, so just right out of the gate, guys, before I give my thoughts on this, biopics or biopics, however you prefer to pronounce it, these films don't really, like, I kind of have a negative bias against these films because normally, like 9 out of 10 times you go see a biopic, there's nothing really refreshing about them. They're very conventional, very by the numbers. There's nothing really uncompromising about them. And, you know, it's just nothing about them really draws me in because of those reasons. And it's just, even from the trailer where you're watching this, I mean, from biopics, it's like a biopic 101 to be just like marketed for Oscar bait. And this film came off, especially from the trailer, as Oscar bait, and that was really freaking annoying. And, you know, I was hoping, since everybody was talking so great about it, that there was some sort of element to this film that was going to surprise me, and then I was going to see, oh shit, wow, I can see, like, wow, there's actually vision there. I can see why people are really enjoying this and why critics are really liking this. And coming out of it, like fresh out of it, I just walked out of it now. I mean, it's a good movie. That's really what I can say about it. It's, how do I really go about this review without sounding just like a cynical douchebag? So, it's got some great performances in it. Christian Bale, he was probably the standout in this, by the way. He was, by far, in my opinion, the most interesting character. Really authentic character. His character felt very genuine. His performance felt very genuine. And, yeah, I really liked his role in this. But I will say, I am getting a little frustrated at Christian Bale because he has so much fucking talent. And I wish he would do more artful films. Like, I wish he would actually take part in films that aren't just these manufactured Oscar bait films. And he's been doing that a lot lately, like not just like in the past few years. Like, he's been doing this for like a decade now, of just doing a lot of Oscar bait movies. And even though he's great in pretty much all of them, he just, I don't know, I wish that he would push his own artistic boundaries and do things that, again, that are just a little bit more artful than what he's doing now. That being said, he was still pretty great in this film. Matt Damon, I mean, he's Matt Damon. he's a pretty great actor, and he was good in this film too. Yeah, so other positives, let me think. The racing sequences in this were really effective. They were pretty much the best parts about the film, you know, which is, I guess that's supposed to be the case. So at least the film landed there. The third act racing sequence was actually really, really good. It surprised me because, like, before then, I was like, oh my god, this film is not, like, it was just everything that I expected it to be, which is a bad thing, because everything that I expected was just a normal, conventional biopic film. And, you know, when that third act finally came and you get that big racing sequence, I mean, I gotta be honest, it did deliver. It definitely gives you what you want out of that third act. And it was really, really good. And especially the sound design. Like, if this film gets nominated for anything, even though... So here's the thing. I know this film is going to get nominated for a bunch of shit. And honestly, it doesn't deserve to be nominated for any of that shit, except for the sound design. Because I think if this gets nominated for sound design and sound mixing or whatever, that's fair. Like, I'm not gonna fight anybody on that. Like, it just makes sense because it's really meticulous, it's really detailed, and it's really effective just the way it's used. And it's really what makes those racing sequences really immersive and effective. So yeah, the sound design's great. The performances, the lead performances are great. If Christian Bale gets nominated for like a supporting actor, I won't really be pissed off. I mean, it depends. If anybody really important gets snubbed, then yeah, I might get pissed. Like if Defoe, because I think Christian Bale's like a supporting actor in this. I don't really know, but like if Defoe gets snubbed and like Christian Bale gets nominated, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. But yeah, that was fine. But like, guys, I mean, there's nothing spectacular about this film. It's again like what I expected. It's really paint by numbers. The camera work's very standard. The editing's very standard. There's no take that goes longer than like 5 seconds without a cut. Yeah, and you know, as much as I enjoyed the third act, I feel like the conclusion of this film went on for too long, and then it does something with Christian Bale's character, and it's just, I don't know, like, it just felt so forced to me. Like, it really felt forced. It didn't even need to go there. It's like it was just really trying hard to tug at your heartstrings, and for me, it just didn't work. Like, it just didn't feel what it wanted me to feel, because it didn't feel natural. Like, it just felt like, oh, we got to put this at the end of the movie because, you know, this is what, you know, Oscars love, and you know, it's gonna make people sad or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know, it didn't work for me. Like, it just really didn't work for me. It didn't, like I said, it just didn't feel natural. It felt really tacked on, and it sucks because, again, like before then, I was really loving the third act. I was like, wow, this is actually doing a great job at getting me immersed into whatever's happening. And then that happens, and I'm just like, oh god, here we go. And then beyond that, it just goes on for, again, like, it just goes on for a little bit too long, stretches it out. It could have easily have ended at a certain point before then, and it would have been a really pretty pleasant ending. I would have enjoyed it. But it didn't. It went on for too long, and it just tries to do things, it overreaches, and it just doesn't work for me. And yeah, so I mean, like I'm saying, like, it's a good movie. I'm not gonna say that it's a bad movie, but it's a decent movie. Like, I don't know what the difference is between decent and good, but like, it's in between those two, whatever that is. It's just a normal, easy, simple film. Like, if you just want to go and watch an easygoing movie that takes no risks and is really predictable, this is a really predictable film. I mean, I'm not gonna say the entire thing is like that, but they're like, most of the stuff in here you can see coming from a mile away, because it's just biopic 101. It's standard Hollywood cinema 101. And yeah, oh, by the way, this film is directed by James Mangold. Mangold, I don't know how do you pronounce it, but he's actually done a lot of films. None of them that I mean, he directed Logan, which I enjoyed. I thought that was a pretty good film. The Wolverine, I don't think is great, but like, I enjoyed myself watching it. But I mean, other than that, oh, I think he also did 3:10 to Yuma. I haven't got around to see that film, but I think that's his most highly praised film. Even, like, a lot of people really love that film. But yeah, like, I'm sorry guys, like, I really, really wanted to be proven wrong, and I really wanted to enjoy this film to the fullest extent, but it just does everything that you would expect a biopic to do. Like, there's no risk here. It's just all paint by numbers. And I don't know, I just wish that I saw more vision out of this film. I want, like, the last biopic that I saw that had uncompromising vision to it was The Wolf of Wall Street. And that's because Martin Scorsese is an artful film director, and he doesn't give a shit about what you know, studios are going to think about it, and studios give him freedom because they know that he is that kind of director. He knows that when he takes those risks, it lands and it doesn't matter. People are still going to love it. And yeah, like, just imagine if like someone like Martin Scorsese was behind this movie. Like, you would get a much more satisfying product, but instead you get something that's just really accessible. Like, this movie, I mean, I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but this is just a really accessible movie. It's a really safe, accessible movie that you can pretty much show to anybody and they're gonna probably take to it, because it's just really conventional. It's an incredibly conventional, safe film. And it kind of sucks because I know that this is going to get nominated for a bunch of shit at the Oscars. I guarantee you it's going to get nominated for Best Picture. It's going to get nominated for Best Supporting Actor, which I guess is fine, I guess. But Best Adapted Screenplay, I don't know. I don't know exactly what all this is going to get nominated for, but I guarantee you it's going to take up too many slots that it shouldn't be taking up at all. But I mean, I know this is coming across like I hate the movie or whatever, but I don't hate it. It's just it's a little unpleasant for me to see conventional, easy, simple, accessible films like this just get so much critical acclaim. You know, if you're a casual moviegoer, that's fine. Like, I can see why you would love it, but like for like film lovers and critics and Oscar voters to like prop up this film as like some sort of achievement, it makes no sense to me, and it's pretty unpleasant because this is a film that, you know, like a lot of Oscar bait films that come out every year, like Green Book, like you're just gonna, and Green Book won fucking Best Picture somehow, and that's not even a bad film. Like, it's a fine film, but like it's not Best Picture worthy. But yeah, it's just, this is a film that people are gonna talk about how great it is like the year it comes out, and then like a few months pass and no one's gonna give a shit about it anymore. It's just gonna be lost within the sands of time, and no one's gonna give a flying fuck about this film. And I don't know, like, I'm sorry that I'm coming off really negative because I know that a lot of people really enjoy this film, but I gotta keep it real, guys. Like, this film didn't really do a lot to impress me. Again, the third act racing sequence I thought was really effective, really good. The Italian and the American, like, national conflict that fueled this entire Ford versus Ferrari race thing, I thought the way that was established was actually pretty well done, because you really felt the tension there and you felt the stakes. But, you know, I mean, it's just, yeah, and sure, there's a handful of scenes in here that, you know, I thought were pretty effective, but again, it's just, this film isn't put together in any kind of artful way. It just feels like a manufactured product that did the best it could to give everybody a really serviceable film, and it's getting a lot of fucking praise for it. I don't get it. Like, this is the most I can give this film, is that it's a good film. Like, on Letterboxd, I'm probably just gonna give it 3 stars, and my number grade now, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's, again, it's an okay movie. It's a film that, you know, you could invite anybody to watch and they'll probably really take to it. I just wish I would see Christian Bale do more things that aren't just these, yeah, it's not an easy acting role or anything, but he's just using these products that are just really marketable and accessible for everybody, and it's just really annoying because his talent is worth more than that. And yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on Ford versus Ferrari. I never wanted to see this film. I didn't even plan on seeing it, but since everybody was talking so highly about it, I was like, well, fuck it, I might as well take a chance and watch it. So that's all I gotta say about it, guys. If you actually agree with anything I have to say, that's awesome. If you disagree, that's cool. You can beef it out in the comment section. I'll be glad to have a discussion with you. That's why I'm here. But if you really enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be updated on more film-related content.